Hey, welcome everybody. This is CP Cards and Dice, and welcome to Game 1 of our 1973 Replay Baseball replay. Yeah, Replay Baseball. I pulled it out, and here it is. That's what she said. And now it's going to be we're in the top of the fourth inning, and it's going to be Tom Seaver versus Steve Carlton. It's a 0-0 game. I played a kind of practice game last night, and it was real bumpy. It was more of a modern matchup, 2018 matchup. So I decided to go a little bit retro here to make it a little bit easier, fewer substitutions, and pitchers going kind of, complete games and that sort of thing, just so I can really practice and get comfortable learning the rules. Now, this is a pretty good system. I mean, the difference between this, it is a triad system as well. There's a ballpark card, although I'm not using it. But it is a batter card and a pitcher card, and they interact. And then there's a ballpark card as well. But there are charts on this one, so you got to you add two numbers, and then you look at a chart for the result. And the way this works is you're going to go off the batter first. It sets the column. Then you look at the white die. I'm using fast action cards, so it's a little bit different. Using fast action cards for this. There's no score in our game. No score. It's Tom Seaver versus Steve Carlton. Seaver was, we're 19-10 with a 2.08 ERA and a 0.98 WHIP. Steve Carlton was 13-20 with a 3.90 ERA and a 1.38 WHIP. So we're about to get started in the top of the fourth inning. It's going to be Larry Boa, Del Unser, and Willie Montanez. It's Hutton, Luzinski, and Pagan after them. And then the last three is the catcher, Ryan, second baseman, Doyle, and the pitcher, Carlton. So I'm going to pull a card and let's learn a little bit about replay baseball, see if we like it. And we're going to pull a card here, and this is how it works, right? It's a 5-5, so you look at the column 5, and the result 5 is a 15. Now we're going to look at the 6 under column 5 for the pitcher, and that's a 15 plus 3 in column 5. So it's an 18, and it's a little nubber to the third baseman, and the third baseman, who's that? For the Mets, Fregosi, is going to get to it and bare hands. It throws to first, not in time, so it's an infield single. And it's going to take us to the M chart. For the M chart, we're pulling 2 cards. And that's a 6. So we're looking at a 6 under, let's see, the M chart is here. It's going to say wild pitch BO. Wild pitch BO, what does that mean? Okay, the pitcher's wild pitch rating is 0, score a wild pitch. If the catcher's BP rating is 0, score a pass ball. Runner advance 1 base. If both apply, score a wild pitch. Okay, so the pitcher is Tom Seaver. His wild pitch rating is a 4. Okay. The catcher is Duffy Dyer, and his pass ball rating, I believe that's the pass ball rating is in parentheses. That's what I believe. And that's a 2, so neither one apply. All right, so neither one apply. So there's a runner on first with a single, Larry Boa. Next batter is Del Unser. Now, Del Unser is a left-handed batter who batted .289 with 11 home runs. Going to be facing Tom Terrific. Let's get a little bit of sound here in the background. Let's try it again. I'm not going to use that one because that one, you know what? There we go. Let's get that over here. And all right, Tom Seaver against Del Unser. Here's the pitch from Tom Terrific. It's a 3-3, and that's a 14, and then we're looking at a 3-4, and that's a 3-3 is a 14. It's going to be a 15 in column 3. 15, column 3. And that's a line out to the second baseman. So that's line and caught by the second baseman, Felix Millan, L4. 1 on, 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. It's a scoreless game. It's a pitch from Seaver. It's a 2-6. That's a 55. 55, and then a 2-5 is a 56. 56, and that's going to be a looping drive to the outfield. So let's establish who the outfielder is. And that's going to be the outfielder is going to be the right fielder. If the outfielder's defensive rating is higher than the raised number, besides the 55 on the batter's card, he has made a fine running catch. So the raised number is a 3. And our right fielder is Rusty Staub. And Rusty Staub is a 1, so it is not higher. Right? It's a 1. So Rusty Staub. All right. So fly. Otherwise, let me see. Raised number on the. So if the outfielder's defensive rating is higher than the raised number, besides the 55, the batter's card, he has made a fine running catch for the flyout. Runners on second and third advance 1 base if speed of outfielder's arm. Advance 1 base if speed is okay. Is greater than outfielder's arm, but I do not think the speed is going to be greater than an arm. He's got a pretty good arm out there. 4. So it's going to be. Okay, if outfielder's defensive rating is not higher than the raised number, the ball falls in for a single. Runners advance 1 base, 2 bases if their speed is higher than the outfielder's arm. So let's see. That's Boa. Boa's pretty quick. So let's see what kind of speed Boa has. I believe Boa is a 5 speed. So that's going to be faster than the outfielder's arm. So Boa is going to go to third. First and third now. Montanez singles Boa to third. And the Philadelphia Phillies have a little something going here in the top of the fourth against Tom Terrific. And the Mets in the top of the fourth are going to bring the infield in. 3-4. All right, 3-4 is a 57. And then a 3-3. And that's a 58. A 358. That's a rare play. Roll one die. Even, use the result 53 to 57. Odd. Okay, let's see. That's an odd. So if it's odd, I'd go to rare play book. I think my rare play book is in here. All right, there's a lot of going on. Let's see. Okay, I go to my rare play book. There is one out and two on. So runners on first and third. So this is actually a really good rare play book in that it has tons of potential results. So first and third with one out. All right, so I got to roll 2 6-sided die, so I'm going to just pull a card. That's a 10. With one out, grounder off pitcher's glove, ball is fielded by the shortstop, who flips it to second for the force at second, but second baseman drops the ball as he tries to turn the double play. But the infield is in. Runner scores from third, roll against it, so off the pitcher's glove, fielded shortstop. Okay, so instead of going to second, he's going to go to first. Well, actually, he could actually go home with it. All right, runner scores from third. Roll against the second baseman's error rating. If the roll is higher, runner is safe at second on the error, and batter is safe at first. If not higher, umpire rules runner out at second on a force play before the ball was dropped. Wow, holy smokes. All right, the only problem here is that we don't have we don't have infield in choice in this one. So what do you do? I wonder what the answer to that question is. So you got the infield in, but the rare play may nullify the whole infielder in thing. Ball is fielded by the shortstop, who normally would go home. But it says he goes to second base for the force out at second. He drops the ball to turn the double play. Runner scores from third. He's not going to go for the double play because they're not in double play position. So this is not going to be a play at second base. Runner scores from third. Roll against the second baseman's error rating. Let's see. Infield in. But we don't have a result there either on the infield in. So we can't use that. We're going to have to use this. We're going to have to kind of make sense of it. So the shortstop gets the ball. He's only placed to first. There's no play at home since we can't gauge that situation. We can't gauge that. So we're going to just run scores. That's what we're going to do. We're going to make it a ground ball to the shortstop and a run scores. Now, he could try to get the force at second. No, he's not. He's throwing it first. Okay. So it's going to be an E6. Oh, wait a second. Second baseman drops the ball. It would be a second runner on third scores. Roll against. You know what? Let's see if the first baseman drops the ball. Who's the first baseman? First baseman is Milner. And Milner is at first base, he's a 41. Okay. So let's see. If we roll higher than a 41, we'll read the blue first. It's a 32. So no, Milner makes the play. And that's not going to be an E, but it's going to be a 6-3 put out with an RBI. All right. 2 out, runner second. Infield's back now. And the batter was Tom Hutton, picks up an RBI on that ground ball. 1-0 Phillies in the top of the fourth. And it's Greg Luzinski. Well, a 6-4, and a 6-4 is a 7. And then a 6-3 is a 9. And a 6-9, that's line, base hit center field. Runner advanced 1 base, runner second at score. Runner is out at home, throwing at home. No throw. All right. With 2 outs, runners advance 2 bases. First and third. Oh, there was a runner at second base. He's going to score, I believe. All right, let's see. Runner on second may try to score, and defense may try for the runner at home. And if Montanez is, let's see, Montanez's speed. His speed is a 3. My center fielder is Willie Mays. Willie Mays' arm is a 3. So we're just going to kind of play it safe here. So it's going to be a single to center. They're going to hold Montanez, first and third. And it's Pagan. Jose Pagan, the pitch from Seaver, 6'3". That's a 16, a 16, and a 1 is an 18. And an 18 is a deep fly ball, left field. And back goes the left fielder, Jones, to the track, to the wall, makes the catch. Cleon Jones comes through big time. All right, and that ends the inning. But the Phils pick up 1 on that unusual play of that ball that deflected off the pitcher. It was a comebacker to the pitcher. Got his glove on it, rolled away from him, went to the shortstop. Shortstop had only 1 play by this point, and it had to be to first base. So he fired it to first, and he got out number 2, but that allowed Boa to score from third. So it's 1-0 Phillies. And it's Rusty Staub leading it off. Here goes. It's a 6-2 pitch from Carlton. A 6-2 against a lefty is a 59. 59. It's a 63. Column 3. And that's going to be a ball that's pulled down the line into the right field corner. And hustling after it is the right fielder, Montanez, and gets it in quickly. But Staub is in with a leadoff double. So the Mets have the tying run at second base. Pitch from Carlton to Cleon Jones. That's a 2-5, 16. 16, 18. 18 in the 2 column. And that's going to be a fly ball. High fly, center field. Settling under it is Del Unser. 1 away. Now, Cleon Jones batted 260. Nowhere near the season he had in 69 where he batted 340. Holy smokes. What a great season that was. That's a 6-3. 36. 36 is a 39, a 6-39, and that's strike 3. John Milner. Down swinging. Steve Carlton comes up huge. Jim Fregosi. 4-6, 19. And then a 4-2 is second base. Second baseman is Doyle. And at second base, he's a 2, so it's a 21. Column 4. And that's a single off the infielder's glove. Runners advance 1 base. Stopping at third is Staub. First and third. Duffy Dyer, the 8th place hitter, he singled in his first at bat. That's a 5-6. That's a 1. And a 1-3. A 5-3 is a 4. 5-4, and that's a ground ball hit to short. Across the diamond. And Boa throws out Dyer, and that retires the side. Mets leave 2, score none, and at the end of 4 complete, it's 1-0 Phillies. Heck of a pitchers matchup here today. Tom Seaver versus Steve Carlton. This is opening day, 1973. So it's a 4-1. That's a 1, and then a 4-3. Third base. Jim Fregosi's at third. And Fregosi is a 4. So that's going to be 5. That's a grounder. That's a ground to the third. Fregosi up with it, fires to first. 1 down. So Ryan grounds out, 1 down in the top of the 5th inning. 3-6. It's a 47. And then a 3-5. That's a 49. 349. Line drive towards right field. Is a left-handed pitcher no versus a right-handed pitcher? What did I say it was? 3-6-47. I believe I said it was a 49. And versus a right-handed pitcher, it's line base hit to right field. So it's a single for Doyle with 1 out, and it's Steve Carlton. Now, I'm not sure how to bunt using this game. Let's see if I can find the bunt chart. Face-to-face, played safe, blah, blah, blah. Let's see if there's a bunt chart around here. Sacrifice bunt. All right, let's see. First, second, and third. First. Squeeze bunt, bunt for base hit. All right. 1 is in, not in, not in, not in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Third base occupant less than 2 outs. Okay, first, second, okay, I see. All right, let's pull a card. We're gonna play. What is he bunting? Bunt is a 3. Okay, 3 with the infield in because they know Seaver's bunting. I mean, Seaver didn't bat very well. Let's just say he didn't bat very well. So they have the third baseman in, first baseman in, but it's Steve Carlton. Okay, Steve Carlton. That's what I said. All right, so Steve Carlton is a kind of bunter. Steve Carlton. I don't know because I'm using the pitcher hitting card. It's a 3. Bats L4, 3, 2 L0. I don't know what those numbers mean. I'm just going to use this, and it's a 3 bunter. So let's roll 2d6, and it's a 6, and it's going to be a fielder's choice. Lead runner is out, batter is safe. Let's see who the ball is to. It's a 2. It's a comeback into the pitcher, so it's going to be 1-6. Turns around, whips it to short. Harrelson. And it's a fielder's choice. Carlton is on at first. 2 outs, top of the first. Going to pull a card. Larry Bowa, the batter, against Tom Seaver with a runner at first base and 2 outs. That's a 5-6. That's a 1. And then another 1, and that's a 5-6 is a 1. And then another one is a 2. And a 5-2 is a grounder to first base. Milner's going to take it himself, and that retires the side. All right, we go to the bottom of the 5th. 1-0 Phillies. Right. Seaver's leading it off, 5-5. Gets a nice round of applause. So 5-5 is a 4. And then a 5-3 is going to be a 6. 3-6, and that's a fly ball center field. 1 down. Buddy Harrelson is next. 2-5 is a 5. Then a 2-5 again is a 7. So a 2-7 is fouled to the right side, second baseman. And that's Doyle, settles under it. Makes the catch, 2 down. Felix Mian. 5-4, that's a 27. And 5-2, a 29, a 5-29. And that's a fly ball lined right at the center fielder, Unser. And that retires the side, 3 up, 3 down. Go to the top of the 6th. Del Unser leading it off against Tom Terrific. That's a 2-6. That's a 55. 55 and a 3. And that's a 56, a 256 looping liner again to the right fielder. If the defense rating is higher than the raised number, besides the number. All right, if the outfielder's defensive rating is higher than the raised number, that's going to be hard because I believe the raised number was really high. It was a 5. And let's see our right fielder Staub. Staub, we decided was a 1, so that's not going to be higher. So then that's going to be a raised number. The ball falls in for a single. Runners advance 1 base. So that's going to be a little flare. And stopping at second is Carlton. So Carlton stops at second on that. And now with 2 runners on and 2 out, it's going to be Willie Montanez. That's a 5-3, is a 4. And there's a letter there, but I think I know what that letter means. So that's a 4. And then it's a 5-3. It's a 5. 5-5 is a grounder to third base. So with runners on and first base open, it's a base on balls, but that's not the case. So it's a ground ball with 2 outs, ground ball to third. And Fregosi up with it, fires to first and gets his man, and that retires the side. That's the Phillies leave 2, score none, and at the end of 5.5, it's 1-0 Phillies. Willie May is leading it off here in the bottom of the 6th against Steve Carlton. It's a 3-1, that's a 4, and then 3-4 is a 6, and the 3-6 is a short fly, center field. Coming on hard is Unser, and he's there, makes the catch, 1 away. Rusty Staub is next. 4-4, that's a 2. And then a 4-5, and that's a shortstop. Boa, that's a 2, plus a 2 is a 4. And that's a ground ball, hit hard, but right at Boa. Scoops it, throws out Staub, 2 down. Cleon Jones, 6-5. It's a 16. And a 6-1, a 17. And that's a deep fly left field. Jones gives it a ride, but there is the left fielder Luzinski, and that retires the side. All right, go to top of the 7th. So this is when we have to shuffle our fast action cards. Hey, Bob, how are you, brother? It's very quiet tonight. A little bit like a cemetery. Playing a little, learning how to play replay baseball again, although I never really knew. It's a lot of little things. This is one game where you must take down all the data for all the players. And actually, at the bottom of this, I don't know if you can't see it, but at the bottom of the scorecard, there's a section with a baseball field with little boxes, so you can write in everything you got to write in. All right, so we shuffled a little bit. Let's get back to action. Using the fast action. These are beautiful fast action cards. Very high quality material. All right, and we are on the top of the 7th. It's Tom Seaver. I'm hoping both these pitchers can go a complete game. It's 1-0 game here in 1973 opening day. This is April 6th. All right, so it's going to be a 3-1 Seaver against Hutton, and that's going to be a 4, and then a 3-2 is a 4, and a 1 is a 5, so it's a 3-5, and that's a short fly, left field, shallow left field. Racing in hard is Jones, and he makes the catch. So Jones came in hard and grabbed that one, and it's Luzinski. That's a 3-5, that's a 30. 3-2 is a 31, a 3-31, and that's a lot. That's lined right at Jones and left. 2 down. And it's Pagan, Jose Pagan. That's a 6.5. That's a 36, a 36, 6.3, 36 is a 38. And the 638 is strike three, and Seaver blows away Pagan, and that retires the side. So the high heat gets Pagan, and we go to the bottom of the seventh. Cleon Jones is, no, it's John Milner leading it off. He's a left-handed batter. Cleon Jones batted 239 and hit 23 home runs. So he was the big home run hitter. He was the big power hitter for the Mets in 1973, led the team in home runs. Steve Carlton. Here's the pitch from the left-hander. It's a 4-4, and that's an 11. And a 4-5, an 11, and a shortstop. And the shortstop, I believe we said, was a 2, so that's going to be a 13. A 4-13, and that's a potential error, so we're going to roll a couple of dice. I don't know where my white die are. They disappeared. I can use yellow. All right, so let's see. Boa is a pretty good shortstop. It's a 52. Right, goes up to 66. So we got to roll within a 52, and we do. So that's a ball that Boa gets to. Fires to first. Great play by Boa. Retires John Milner. 1 up, 1 down in the bottom of the seventh. So 1-0 Phillies lead. 3-4. That's a 57, and 3-1 is a 58. A 358. And that's a rare play. Let's roll 1 die. And it is another rare play, so I got to get the booklet. Nobody on, so it's pretty simple. So nobody on. How many outs? 1 out. And we're going to pull a card. That's a 5. 1 out. Long fly ball, center fielder. Outfielder gets a late break on the ball. Roll against the outfielder's error rating. Read the red first, a 21. That's got to be under his error rating. If the roll is not higher, he recovers and makes the catch. There's no way. So we said it was a 1. We don't know who the outfielder is. We don't know who the outfielder is here. So we're going to find that out. Let's roll the 5. It's the right fielder. So our right fielder, not our right fielder, but the Montanez. Let's see what Montanez's number is. Roll the 21 on the error. So as long as Montanez, Montanez is a 53. So he makes the catch. So F9. And now it's Duffy Dyer. Duffy Dyer's 1 for 2. He singled in the second and then grounded out in the fourth. 5-2, that's a 27. And then a 5-2 against a 29, a 5-29. Fly ball, shallow center. Del Unser settles under it, makes the catch, and that retires the side. We go to top of the 8th. 1-0. 1-0 Philadelphia. And it's Mike Ryan. 2-5. And 2-5, that's a 3. And then 2-4, that's a 4. That's strike 3. So Tom Seaver rings up Mike Ryan, and it's Denny Doyle. And that's a 2-3. That's a 4. And then the 2-4 is strike 3, back-to-back Ks for Tom Seaver, and that's his 5th strikeout of the game. With 2 outs here in the top of the 8th, it's Steve Carlton. 5-3, that's a 3, and then a 5-6 is a 6. And that's going to be with runners on first and base. They got the 2 balls with runner on first only or bases full count. 2 balls. Ball 4. So Seaver walks Carlton with 2 outs. That brings up Larry Boa. 2-4, that's a 5, and then a 2-6. And that's strike 3. So Seaver gets 3 strikeouts in the top of wait a second. That was weird. All right. So now we're going to the 8th inning. So somehow with all that I'm trying to pick up here, I'm trying to learn this game. That's why I want to go really slow, and I needed probably another game or two before I stream this. All right, so I just what happens here is that the Phillies are going to get another at bat, simply because for some reason I should have been filling out the top of the seventh, and I don't know how I got to the bottom of the seventh before I got to the top of the seventh, trying to learn this game. So I may have to replay this whole game over, but I'm going to finish this out just to continue learning the rules and making my mistakes, and I feel fine with that. So we're going to go into the top of the eighth inning. It's going to be Unser. I should be in the bottom of the eighth, but I'm on the top of the eighth. So it's a 3-2, and that's a 2, a 3-5, and that's a 4. So 3-4 is a fly ball right field. Next batter is Montanez. 4-5 is a 4, and then a 4-3 is a third baseman. Third baseman is a Fregosi. And that's going to be a Fregosi. At third base, Fregosi is a 4. So that's going to be an 8. So that's going to be a ground ball, pull down the line, and Fregosi up with it, fires to first, and gets Montanez 2 down. Next is a 2-6. That's a 55, and then a 2-1 is a 56. And a 56, column 2. That's a looping line drive again with that same situation again. And that's to the center fielder this time. The 3 center fielder is Mays. I'm going to have to write down all these stats. This is the only way you can do it with this. It's a 3. So the question is, if the outfielder's defense rating is higher than the Rays number besides he makes the catch. Otherwise, it's a single. All right, so it's a base hit single, drops in front of Mays. 2-out single for Hutton, Tom Hutton. And it's Greg Luzinski. That's a 6-1, a 31, and then a 6-1 again is a 33. 33 with a big K next to it, though. 33, and that's a pop-up. If there's a K besides column, and the result of any out, score of the play is a strikeout. Strike 3, and Seaver picks up his 7th strikeout of the game. Now we go to the bottom of the 8th. Duffy Dyer leading. Oh, no, it's actually Tom Seaver leading it off. And in a 1-0 game, we're going to let Seaver bat. 3-2 is an 11, then a 3-3 is a 13. 3-13, and that's lined and caught by the shortstop. So Seaver lines out, 1 away. And 3-3 to Harrelson, Steve Carlton. That's a 5, and then a 3-2 is a 6. So it's a 3-6. It's a fly ball, shallow center. In comes Unser, makes the catch. 2 down. Felix Mian here in the bottom of the 8th, 1-0 Phillies. The pitch from Carlton. That's a 2-1, 39. 39, and then a 2-2 is a 40. Under column 2, a 40 is a ground ball, shortstop. And up with it is Boa. Long throw, and in the dirt, and oh, nice scoop by Hutton. And Mian is out at first. That retires the side. We go to the top of the 9th. Seaver facing Pagan. Pagan is a right-hander. Pagan on the day flied out twice and struck out. That's a 1-6, a 45. And then a 1-4 is a 46, a 146, and that's a strikeout. Number 8 for Tom Seaver. Strikes out Pagan. Mike Ryan. It's a 5-6, and that's a 1. And then a 5-6 again is a 4. 5-4, and that's a chopper that's hit to the shortstop. He better hurry. Crashes it, fires to first in time. Nice play by Buddy Harrelson. And Doyle up next. Tom Seaver facing Denny Doyle. Denny Doyle batted .273. Here's the pitch to Doyle. That's a 4-6. That's a 16. And then a 4-6 again. A 16 plus a second baseman. Mian is a 2. So we said it was a 4-6. A 60 is an 18. And an 18 may be a potential error. Ground ball to first. And Mian throws out Doyle, and that retires the side. Bobbled it for a second. Was able to get control of it. And the Mets are down to their last out. Steve Carlton going for a complete game shutout. Carlton has retired 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 batters in a row. 1, 2, 3. Still out 4 hits. It's going to be Willie Mays leading it off. Here's the pitch from Carlton. That's a 3-1. That's a 4. And it's a 5, a 3-5. And that's popped up left side. And in comes Luzinski calling for it. 1 down. Mets are down to their last 2 outs. Rusty Staub. He can change things with 1 swing of the bat. That's a 4. And then a 5 is an 8. So 5, 8, and that's ball 4. So Rusty walks. Keeps the Mets' hopes alive. Cleon Jones is next. Here's the pitch to Cleon Jones. That's a 1-4-35. Then a 1-1-36, a 136. And that's a ground ball hit hard. Infield is halfway. Second to first. Double play. So ground ball to second. Infield halfway, second to first. Let's see. Oh, infield back out of first. Infield halfway is second to first, double play. Other runners advance. And that's the ball game. So what was it? A 1-4. It was a 35, 36, 136 ground ball to what was it? And then 1-1. Let's see. 1-4, 35, 36. It's a ground ball to third. And it goes to second for 1. Back to first. 5-4-3. Round the horn double play. Ball game's over. So Steve Carlton pitches a gem. Shuts out the Mets here in opening day. And Mets had, let's see if they had any errors. No errors for the Mets. I think there was 1 error. Oh, no, there wasn't 1 error. I thought there was going to be an error, but there was no error. And the Phillies, let's see how the Phillies did. They had a hit. They had a hit there, hit there, hit there. 4 hits, 5 hits, 6 hits, 7 hits, and 1 run. Seaver's going to get the loss. Carlton's going to get the victory in our practice game, game 1, practice. So we got a lot of practicing to do with this thing. So this is CP Cards and Dice. And remember, this is your home for tutorial strategy, player profiles, history reviews, news, tips, tops, baseball cards, rants, unboxings, and so much more. We just played, we practiced, learn using fast action cards, replay baseball, which is, I'm not a big friend of charts, and this is going back and forth to charts. There's a lot of chart lookups. Lots of chart lookups. And I'm not a big friend of charts, to be honest with you. I like this game. It's a good game. It's a fun game. It's a slick game. The cards are gorgeous. But there's a lot of little additional addendums. Like this one result, 50 on column 2, 56 to 60. You get that a lot. It's a looping drive to the outfield. This is where you're really checking the range of the outfielder. So you got to be used to that. You got to be used to that result, and you got to have the numbers written, or you have to have the numbers memorized. It's probably more. It's more realistic to have them written down. Okay, so you can quickly look at that and look at the runner. But then in other words, you got to check the scorecard a lot. You got to look at the runner, then you got to look at the outfielder, and then you got to compare those two, and so on. And then you get the rare play results, where then you got to go into the other book. So there's a bunch of things that you got to look away from the card deck, away from the score sheet. Okay, and you got to do that, and you got to have patience for that, which is fine. I mean, I have patience. The only thing that I don't have that much time, and time is finite. So I want to look at the cards. I want to roll. I want a result. And not only that, based on the columns, you know what the result is going to be. So you already know what's going to happen more or less, but you still got to go through all these additional steps to get the information. Now, their computer game is really, really good because everything's done for you, right? And not that this is not good. I'm just trying to clearly define what the mechanics are of it. So when I roll a 1 or a 2, I know that's not going to be a home run, right? And now I have to go through all the steps to track down what the result is going to be. When I roll a 6, it could be a home run. Okay. Some results are not going to be a home run, so I can still go through the steps knowing it's not going to be a home run. A 5 is a walk. A 4 is an error. A 3, I believe, is a hit. And a 1 and a 2 are the general strikeout numbers. Those are the general numbers, how this game works. It's a nice game. It's a clean game. The cards are gorgeous. They're not cluttered. Easy to read. Numbers are large. It's a nice like white background with nice dark numbers on it. So it's very easy to read. There's a lot of good things about this game. So I'm going to try it. I'm going to play a couple more games. Okay. And probably do that off camera and continue to learn this and then come back. And maybe, again, we'll see what happens. This is CP Cards and Dice saying so long. Thanks for stopping by.